Welcome to the show. You know, for 3 years of doing this show, I've never come across any top story topic like this. I mean, for 2.25 months, I've been covering this virus thing. I mean, we've been looking at the stay-at-home orders. We've been looking at the stay-at-home orders, looked at the latest numbers, which we're going to do right now. I mean, we're going to look at the latest numbers in this state, not from the whole country, but in this state. But the very latest numbers is that one person has died and other people have survived. I mean, as for yesterday, 45 travel-related cases, surveillance in New York County, 3 deaths, 52% are males, 48% are females. Age group 13, 3 cases with 3, and hospitalized, 31 have been hospitalized. I mean, and even back on Tuesday, the governor announces phase 1 and reopening Texas now. For those of you who didn't tune into the show, we looked at the governor's phase, like what he's going to do. Phase 1 is reopening Texas. Like starting on May 18th, he's going to reopen. He reopened the restaurants. Now, some people were not happy about it, including where I work at. They weren't happy about reopening a restaurant, my restaurant where I work at. But things might change until someone realizes, hey, the governor just realized, looked at this and say, hey, there's this, the orders looked at, we can reopen. Now let's move on to the other phase. I mean, he's going to reopen all hair salons. No longer we have to worry about cutting our own hair. I'm very happy about this, and I think that if this phase of the governor's plan works, what's going to have to do is all people got to wear masks. Like, everyone's going to wear masks like this. And then stand 6 feet apart. Like that. So if you are going out every time, just make sure that you wear a mask every time so you don't get sick. Now, there's this thing called a virtual summer school for all summer schools. They're probably, what people are going to plan here is doing a virtual But some of the others, like CCISD, is probably going to be doing the virtual summer school. We don't know about other schools. I might talk to Superintendent Dr. David Freeman and see what he thinks about this. They provided meals curbside, all 36 students during a town hall meeting. But back on April 27th, Child 6 spoke with Superintendent Dr. Willard Hernandez. Summer school is going to be virtual. It's too early to tell. Focus to finish the school year first. But CCISD has been working hard to get in touch with every student and the families. Out of the 8 middle school students, not only have 15 been in contact with the district, various situations. distance learning has been the way every student is carried on with their schoolwork. Except what has been issued for a few students is working on for solutions. And if you want to hear more about this, we'll put the link in the description below for this website. The extra support is for the Canvas. I mean, you can access online textbooks. Hang on a second. And FlipGuard is all this is like three to 4 pages of this. These are like 11 pages. And if you were to look at all these 11 pages, I mean, this is all for the. All this is for the summer school kids. Like, I'm gonna tell you something right now. School's out, but that doesn't mean that you can just spend your whole summer doing whatever you want. No, you still have to go to class. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if you think that I'm not joking, well, the attendance has risen up. That's your student's choice. For the parents that you need to understand that the only thing that you have to understand is that your children need to get the best education they can get. And by doing so, your children has to use the right tools. Use Zoom or whatever. Just make sure that they get the best education. They think it's a choice. It's not a choice. It needs to be mandated, period. And it doesn't. Next time this virus hits, all virtual schools should be mandated. If they decide I'm not going to do this, I'm just going to spend the whole day chillaxing. Then that's their choice. They can choose to go to virtual summer school. What I have to say about this is that you need to understand, we have to make sure that all of our kids get the best education so that they can go to college, get a good job with minimum wage. Attendance has risen because people don't want to do virtual public schooling, something like that. But come next year, next school year, 2020 and 2021, all schools will be clean, nice, and safe for all students. So let's make sure that we come up with a great plan. There's still much more. Give me a break to talk. There's so much more still to come on Give Me a Break this Thursday, including our updated governor orders, where we look at every state. The topic of pornography not for children, pornography in our schools. What can be done about it? Plus, if you can't pay bills, we'll tell you how you can pay your bills during this pandemic. Stay with us as Give Me a Break continues. Now, I have to warn you before we move on to this next topic. I have to warn you. This next topic is clearly inappropriate for viewers. Parents, please ask your children under 18 to leave the room. And I'm serious, you really do not want your kids watching this, and I don't want to put it in the hands of minors. We have to be aware of what's going on out there, what our kids are doing. Alright, we're talking about pornography in our schools. Now, we looked at we're not looking at teachers who are arrested, we will do that, but what we're talking about here is kids bringing, could be your child, your son bringing Playboy to school. What is for those parents who might be asking, what is Playboy? Well, if you grew up back in the 50s or 60s, you realized that Playboy is a thing you have. I mean, Playboy was a magazine, it was also a video game, and then it was also like a show or something. But there are stories about But if you were to see some shows that were like bringing pornography to school, like pornography magazines, here's the thing, there was this video from a kid behind the camera from like years ago, which told the story about an angry grandpa selling pornography. Like his neighbor sold pornography, and then he was like, "Well, I'm gonna get in that business." And then his son Mike, kid behind the camera, who was then in the 5th grade, decided to sell candy, and then along the pornography magazines. And then first thing he's like, "I'm gonna sell it to PE teacher," and then he gets suspended. He gets suspended for that. Let me tell you something right now. If I saw someone out in the street selling pornography, outside the school property selling pornography, the first thing I would do, I would not buy it. I would not encourage them. First thing I would do, can't go in that damn door, tell the principal, you're a student selling pornography, and then they'll decide what the consequences. We don't need this shit. We don't need this shit out there. One, we probably don't need this shit out there, even though we don't need pornography out there. But I must tell you right now, if I see anyone selling pornography in the 2021 school year, then the first thing I will do is put an end to this. If I see any pornography in our library, I will take it off the shelves. So the bottom line here is this: let's not sell pornography in our schools. Let's just keep it to ourselves. And don't bring pornography to school because it is a dangerous health hazard to minors. Now let's look at the very latest in these high school teachers who were arrested for this. Now this was about 4 hours ago. This was while I was at work. This was in Gainesville, Texas. From a Cook County teacher, he was arrested on Wednesday for online solicitation of a minor possession of child pornography. George L. Ramirez, 25, of Gainesville, turned himself in to the sheriff's office on Wednesday night. May 4th, the sheriff's office was contacted by the Era School District official allegation regarding a high school teacher was brought to their attention. Gilwood sent a media release email to local news outlets. An investigation into allegations of the sheriff's office obtained 2 probable cause warrants for the arrest. He was a first-year science teacher, according to his bio. Gilwood said, "Bond is not being released this Thursday. It's developing story. We'll give you the very latest as it happens." Now, we've heard about this before. Bus driver at CCISD was arrested for like the same thing, but it was for the child. I mean, it's a sex scandal. We don't need any of this crap out there. We don't need sex scandals happening. Teachers having sex with students, students having sex with teachers. We don't need this out there. Knock it off. We don't need pornography in our schools. Knock this shit off. We don't need this out there. So parents and teens who are watching, do not, I repeat, do not bring pornography, for your teenagers out there, do not bring pornography to school. If you do, disciplinary action, and you could be arrested. Alright, now that this pornography thing is over, we are going to take a break. I want all the kids to come back to give you a sneak preview. Give a sneak preview. Next, a Give investigation into shopping carts all around the city. And even the best story ever. I was surprised when one shopping cart was across the street from the Dollar General here on Walter Road. Hear my take on this when we come back. Welcome back. We now turn to our Give investigation into shopping carts all around town. Now, this came as a surprise when homeless people started stealing the shopping carts. It's illegal to steal a shopping cart. And even if you were to ask Google if it's illegal to steal a shopping cart, they'll tell you yes, it is. even in Texas, Mike, it's illegal. There needs to be a law put in place for all Texans that it is illegal to steal shopping carts. This came as a surprise. Nobody, I mean, even years ago, there was back in March of 2018, the Starboard Times says there was theft happening near the bus stop. The Food Market Institute reports that nearly 2 million shopping carts stolen each year, translating to a per store loss of $8,000 to $110,000 annually. There's a lot of shopping carts that are being stolen, and who was responsible for those? The homeless. Why? Because they have nothing better to do than steal shopping carts. It's against the law. And no, the homeless don't even know about it. You can't steal shopping carts. Like, there was a shopping cart in the Dollar General across the street from that on Waldron Road. I took it back. No questions asked. Because one homeless person forgot to take it. And there was another shopping cart right by. There's one shopping cart right on Waldron Road, halfway towards my work. It was a Walmart one, but I didn't feel like taking it back because it was like towards Fly Bluff Drive. I've had to walk all the way. And still, do you realize the cost about this? You could lose $8,000 to nearly $10,000 a year. Shopping carts cost $2,000, $500 more in your areas. It's considered a felony. It is. It is illegal to steal a shopping cart. According to the law, whoever commits the crime of unauthorized removal of a shopping cart, basket, or dairy case from the parking area or grounds of a store shall be fined no more than $100 or imprisoned for not more than 6 months or both. So again, no more than $100. I mean, if you steal a shopping cart, you're losing more than $10,000. So the bottom line here is this. Here's some tips for you. If you happen to see a shopping cart, take it back to the store. If they thank you, if they appreciate it, just say you're welcome. If you see a homeless person without a shopping cart, don't ask for it back. Just take it. Just take it back. Do the right thing. If it has homeless stuff on it, make sure you clean it good so that way they don't have to smell the homeless shit in it. Then after you take it back, just make sure that you don't steal it again. What about tracking devices? I mean, would it be possible for tracking devices on the shopping carts? Well, yeah, it could be possible because they want to know where it's at. The police can arrest them. I mean, in the state of Texas, it's against the law. So don't be finding any shopping cart. Don't expect to find me out there with shopping carts. I'm not stealing them. I'm taking them back. Period. No ifs, ands, buts, or excuses. Even if I have to defend myself, I will. Let's see if this is going to break investigation. We're back with our final report in just a moment. We end here tonight with salons reopening. Now, what we talked about earlier was Governor Greg Abbott reopening Texas in just phases. Phase 1 was just reopening restaurants. Now, by May 18th, what's going to, like, new rules that they open this Friday. So, tomorrow, we're going to see all the hair salons reopen. But until that happens, these are the rules you must follow. Just always wear masks. Have a mask by your side. If you don't have a mask, you can't go in a hair salon. Stay 6 feet apart. Just make sure you know the guidelines. Always wear a mask. Stay 6 feet apart so that you can stay healthy and follow the rules as the next phase of reopening in Texas continues. That's all for this edition. Give me a break Thursday. I'm off on Friday, so I'll see you again if you give me a break Monday at a special time. 4 Eastern, 3:30 Central. Until then, have a great night.